Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Tuesday, May 26, 2020. And this morning we looked at a pattern based off of gapping above the prior day high when there was a falling volatility. And what I want to do today is look at the same pattern going into the afternoon based on the action that has developed here. And what we see here is with the ES is we gapped up to about the high of the session. So we didn't really push much above the open. We gapped up and opened around where the high of day is at that we made early on in the session. We have since tested lower and are starting to push back up above kind of the midpoint of the session, but still below the open. So we have traded mostly lower throughout the session, and we are starting to drift higher to the upper portion of the day's range. So I'm going to test that in light of the same pattern that we were looking at this morning, where the one-day ATR is less than the 5-day ATR. So I'm going to set this up in all four instruments. We are going to use a 2 p.m. Eastern trade time. So that'll enter at 2 p.m. Eastern time and exit at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. The opening filter we used this morning was opening above the prior day high, and the indicator that we used was the one-day ATR was less than the 5-day ATR. Now I want to come into this post-open filter section and add two more filters that are simply based off of the price action that we have seen since the open. So what we're going to do is say that we are trading below the opening price, so I can add that right here. And then I would say that it is still trading in the top half of its range. So it's trading below the open, but in the top half of its range going into 2 p.m. Eastern time. And view results. And here are the results of going long at 2 p.m. Eastern time when you open above the prior day high after the one-day ATR was less than the 5-day ATR. And then since the open, you are trading below the opening print, but in the top half of the intraday range at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So based on that pattern, the ES has 60 samples looking back to 2003. NASDAQ, almost identical sample size there, 59, 65 in the YM, 58 in the Russell. And ES, NASDAQ both show right around 60%, so slight edge on the long side here, looking back historically for those to close higher than the 2 p.m. price. And then the YM, the Russell are both a little bit stronger historically based off of entering at 2 p.m. and exiting at the close with this price pattern. So looking at this, there has historically been a slight edge to the long side going into the close, starting from 2 p.m. Eastern up until the close of the regular trading hours at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. So hope you found that interesting. Good luck the rest of the day, and we will see you tomorrow.